Okay. You coming okay? Okay. So a couple things I want to talk about first is I sent out an email, I think a few days ago in regards to a bonus opportunity for you guys. I want to make sure you guys clearly understand how that works. So if the whole group is training every single day, then you guys are going to get an extra 5 basis points bonus on your production. So this is a way for you guys to make more money. All right, so you know whatever your comp plan is, which everyone's basically the same, you're going to add 5 basis points to that. But it's going to require that everyone trains every day. Okay, and so if one of the people is not training the group, then no one's getting the bonus. Okay, so if she's not training, then you guys aren't getting the bonus.
We have a stick to walk around and
Huh?
just pop
Wait,
the
so
one.
does it have to be like, what do you mean, like for the week? I mean,
Every day,
it's going
daily
to be-
training. Daily training,
Okay.
every single day. It's required that you
More
train
month.
daily. So, so that's I just want to make it clearly defined so you guys understand. What it's an opportunity for you guys to make extra money on your loans, you know, and so. It could add up to a lot of money in a year. It could be several $1,000s.
What is it? How much is it?
5 basis points.
Added to
Their pay
for
training every day,
for that for how what duration?
that month.
For the month?
But the requirement is that they all have to train every day in order to receive it. If they don't, if one of the people in the group doesn't train, no one gets it.
But that's outside of 8 to 12 and 4 to 8.
Huh?
That's outside of the hours of 8 to 12 and 4 to 8.
Right. Well, I mean, it logs. It'll
No,
log
I mean,
their.
I'm saying that it doesn't get in the way of their queue.
Yeah, they can't do it during calling hours. No, not during working hours or the calling of leads or generating leads. And so it's usually done prior to coming into work, or in the evening. Ideally in the morning is the best time to train. And so, but that's something that I want to make sure that it's clear and that you guys understand
What trainings? Like,
Cardone,
Oh, Cardone.
yeah, Cardone training,
You got all you can do
YouTube
on
training.
this Card on you. That's a lot.
You have, I think there's 1,500 segments on there.
now trying to get into, I know a couple of us probably use your login,
Yeah, that's fine.
but one other time it was kicking me out when someone else would try to log in. It would only allow one user at a time.
Yeah. So
So if we're all trying to do it in the mornings, like
Well,
coming into work,
yeah. So the other one is in addition to Cardone, is anything on YouTube or the G Drive.
Okay.
But it has to be at least if you have your own Cardone U account, then you need to be
It
trained
logs
on
it,
that.
right?
So
Okay.
yeah. But if you're using a shared account, then and someone else is using it, then you can go to YouTube and train on there.
that's
or,
normally the ones I'll watch. I'll try
Okay.
to find one that's like an hour in the mornings and just put
Okay.
it into the radio and listen to it.
Okay. Or the G Drive trainings. And so, but everybody needs to be training on a daily basis. The other thing is that, and it'll show when you take the test. If you're not passing the test, that means you haven't really learned it. So, so I just want to,
What's the like? How much training per day?
at least with Cardone, at least 6 segments a day. If you're doing YouTube or you're doing G Drive, at least an hour a day.
And how's it going to be tracked?
Huh?
How will it be tracked?
Based on the the Cardone's tracked on their. I get an auto report every day. The YouTube and the G Drive is based on the test, so they have to score 90 or above in order to pass the test. It shows me that they've been training.
That's for people with logins.
No, the test has everyone has access to.
You haven't
I mean,
taken the
the
test yet.
Cardone-
You've taken the test.
Yes. Yeah. So, so that's something that I want to make sure that everyone on the same. It's a way for you guys to make extra money. Basically, all you have to do is commit to training and getting better, and you're getting paid to train. So it's a great opportunity to help pay for. I mean, it could be $5,000 to $10,000 in a year.
So that means everybody will have to make about 90.
Yeah, you have to do that anyway. So everyone's taking the test again on 2/15. So that's the next test date. Everyone in the office is doing it on 2/15.
February the 15th.
So, so that's what we have going on with that. Just a reminder about the 10X conference is in March, and we'll be taking one extra person that we haven't selected. By next week, we'll identify who that person is. So, but that's a March 17th, it's a 3-day conference in Miami. And it's gonna be awesome, you know, it's gonna be really good. And obviously some people that are new, you probably won't be able to go because you're new, but it's gonna be for people that we believe that, you know, long term, that they're gonna be, you know, a great fit to the company, and that we see that they're doing well. So, but that's something that's coming up. The next week we'll make a decision on that. In February we've already decided who's going to Vegas, so that's already been announced. And so we'll be leaving the 14th through the 17th. It's a 3-night. And this is something that I'm paying for all the expenses on. And so
Who's going?
it's going to be Mark Lewis and Danny and Steve. So those are 3 people that are going for February. And like I said, we haven't decided yet who's going to be going to Miami. Another thing is on the reviews the reviews that we do after closing with people. If you're getting 5-star reviews on all your customers, and you fund $1 million plus a month every single month from March, you saw. I don't know if you guys seen the cruise ship, the Harmony of the Seas. Well, we're going to be doing a company cruise at the end of the year, and if you have all 5-star reviews and you fund $1 million plus from March and on, then we're going to take you on the cruise. Okay, it leaves out of Fort Lauderdale, and I think it's a 7-night cruise, and so we'll be doing that at the end of the year. But it's good. Those are the requirements. Okay, so you have to fund $1 million plus, and have 5-star reviews. Okay, and I think that boat leaves in October.
The reviews are when they close, right?
Right,
Yeah, the
right.
closing sheet.
Yeah, yeah, that we sent out. So that means that if you from March till let's just say October, that would be you would need to fund $7 million in loans plus in order to be eligible to go on that.
Can you miss $1 million one month and make up for that the next month?
Well, yeah, if you fund seven plus million in that given time frame, then yeah.
I mean, like, one month you do 700,000, the next month you do 13.
7 million in a
Yeah.
time frame.
Yeah.
That's good. Cool.
Mm-hmm. But those are the things that we want to see. You know, the other thing is that I'm going to tell you that if we get a lot of bad reviews on you, it's going to be an issue. You know, for as far as employment, is that if it's several customers in a row, that means something's not right. You know what I mean? If it's one or two, I get it. But if every loan you close, the customer says that you're horrible, then we got a problem. So, because the customer is how we survive, and you have to take care of the customer. And I know that there's customers that we cannot please, and I get it. But if every loan that you do is bad, then there's something that's clearly wrong. So we got that out of the way. The other thing I want to talk about, Steve wasn't here, but I sat down with him, I talked to him, and something that's kind of reinforces what we're doing here. So when you're an originator and you're building out your business, you know, you want to have a good ratio of where your business is coming from. Does everyone agree with that? So you want leads, realtors, and you want a healthy mix. I was talking with Steve right now, and I think it's probably prevalent with you too and a few other people, where 60-40, 50-50 pipeline is leads and realtors. Okay? And you want to be diversified in that sense, just in case anything happens. You know, we recently had a realtor that just retired, and she's not sending me any more loans. She's not doing loans anymore. So if all my eggs were with her, then it could affect, you know, jeopardize my business. You see, or let's say a realtor moves to another state and they're not doing. Had another realtor, her husband got a really good job, and they got transferred to Georgia, and she wasn't doing loans anymore, or, you know, real estate anymore. So you want to be very diversified with your realtors, and make sure that you're working your leads. The leads, you know, depending on where you're at, you know, that is really the primary source of business, because it's money right there. People are wanting to talk to you right now, and they want to do loans.
Those are the ratios. that would be like something that the new people are working towards, that kind of 60-40 ratio. I mean, in the beginning, y'all gonna
Yeah.
be on like 100% leads, man.
No, in the beginning, a new loan officer will be, but I'm just saying that, the thing is that, you know, you inevitably after, you know, 3 to 6 months, and I put this in an email over the weekend, after you've closed a few loans, or you've gotten a few loans in, and a lot of it depends on, like, you know, for instance, if Waldina's a realtor, she may already have connections.
Yeah,
Or
well, there's always
Joe
exceptions.
had a huge power base, then
Paul did too.
yeah, so it's a little bit, you don't want them not to talk to those people.
Oh, of course, well, I'm
So,
saying.
it depends on the
On
situation.
the average, though, it'd be
Yeah.
in general.
It depends on, like, you know, somebody that might come in that he may not have realtors, or he does have some,
I just wouldn't want them to think that,
where
okay, I
you-
gotta run out
what
of
city?
40%
Waco,
of
yeah.
business.
So, you know, he has realtors in that city, so it makes sense. But the thing is that, the point that I'm trying to make is, you know, talking with Steven, most of those realtors are coming off the list. And he'll call and follow up with them, let them know, hey, I go down to 580 credit score, and we're closing loans in 3 weeks. And, you know, a good percentage of his loans are coming off that list that he's actively working. So, you know, if you're not working that list, you're shooting yourself in the foot. It's a lead list just like the other leads that come into Velocify, and you need to call them. You know, if you have a fear in your mind, then you need to get that out of your head. You know, and so once you get into the habit of doing, you have that repetition. But the thing is that you have to add value to them. It's not like, hey, I'm gonna make you an extra 30 grand a year, but hey, how are you gonna help me? I know the money part, but teach me something, educate me, send me a video on how to do a 2 or 3K loan, or show me what escrow repair is. I have this house I can't close. You know, give them something of value. Show them what this new program that just came out with bank statements with 10% down. You know, teach them about that. Teach them about the conventional Home Ready program. You know, that just came out. A lot of people don't know about it. You know, educating people is a great way to get in the door. I was talking with a loan officer this morning, and he would do social gatherings and invite them out to, and you can, a social event where you guys get together and you hang out and do something. That could be a little more costly, but he would take everyone out to dinner and go, and it wouldn't be with the purpose of just trying to get loans, just be talk and socialize, and then from that, organically, loans would come out of it. You know, because you're with the right group.
Building relationships.
Yeah. So that's an okay thing to do, but you need to keep your eyes on it and make sure that you're associated with the right people, because if you're with that person and you haven't gotten anything out of it and they're not really doing any business, then I mean, are you wasting your time? You see what I'm saying? Because you have money right in front of you right now, and you can just talk to them right now. You know what I mean? And that's what we've created as a magnet to where business, I mean, people will just walk in or call because they see marketing or branding. So all you have to do is just take the call and know how to close and know how to talk to somebody. And that's the ideal preferred method. But you want to be diversified and have a good ratio of business. And so that way, in case something happens with a realtor or something else, that you have business coming in from another angle. So, but the most important thing is to make every second count. While you're here, you need to be working your business and staying busy, and not fooling around or messing around. I think for the most part, everybody is just being conscious of that you're working your leads, you're calling, especially at night. The nighttime is a better time to work leads. You know, after 5 o'clock, I'm going to tell you, around 7 o'clock is a sweet spot for leads. If you think about when most people want to talk to them, right around 7, and so if you can adjust your schedule, your day to talk to people, 7 o'clock is really an ideal time, somewhere around there. It depends on what state they're in, if it's East Coast or West Coast, but I found that, going back, most of the loans that I close are in the evening, most of the applications, most of the deals that I got. So, anyone have any questions or want to go into any of this stuff deeper about how anything works, or? Yeah.
It just so happens that it happened just now, but I've been doing some trainings with the newest people, but I would offer the same thing to everybody else. You can come on my desk and I'll give you some visual aids. But if you'll go through those steps, and then you raise your hand or yell at me and throw a piece of paper or whatever, and get my attention, and I come over to your desk and you've done the things that I need to see, it's really possible to pre-approve somebody right then. But I can't go through the whole thing, you know, blow by blow, every detail of the loan. I mean, if you'll enter that information, it's very possible that we can go ahead and pull credit and get it done. And that'll net you several loans every month, or every year for sure. And we just did it with Nick just now. So, I mean, first I went to his desk and it wasn't there. I said, man, you gotta do this, and then we'll see if we can pull credit. And with about 8 or 10 minutes, he was calling me back and still had the lady on the phone, and we were able to get it done. And so, I mean, it is possible. It's possible.
But what exactly you're saying, to make sure that Velocify is all filled out?
Velocify, yeah, and then you went to Encompass, and you got, you know, verbal information in there, ratios are there, they're not tight, they got room, the income is reasonable looking, the way you calculated it. There's nothing funky about the income, no self-employed, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
We can do it without docs, we can do it, and you get some solid commitments, and then put that thing out. Get them looking for a house instead of somebody else calling them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, does everyone understand what he's saying? Just have your stuff filled out. It's basically what we talk about, like, and some of you guys have already closed loans, you already know this, but if you're new, and you haven't closed a lot of loans, then when we come to look at the deal with you, you should already kind of know where the guy's at. If you don't know ratios, you don't know his income, you don't know his job, and we're asking these questions, it makes it look like you don't know what your job is, what you're doing here. See, and what he's telling you, when you have all that stuff filled out, you should already know, do you have a deal or not? You know what I mean? By asking those questions and having everything filled out.
You're going straight to Encompass, you're just begging for like an extra 3 hours of work every week, because you gotta go in there and adverse that stuff, or what is it, $300 fine?
$350, yeah.
$350. If it times out and they auto adverse it, we're in trouble. We're in trouble, and I have to pay that money if it's me. So it's the same for everybody else.
Yeah, please make sure that you do go through your Qs and adverse act all your stuff, because they are gonna start sweeping through that, and if you have any, then, I mean, you're gonna get a notification if you get a fine on it, so.
Well,
What's the time
How
frame
long,
that we
yeah,
have?
what's the time frame for
Well,
it?
the point is though, you just don't go to Encompass unless everything in all the questions in Velocity, that's why all that stuff's there. Angel and Josh didn't put that together just to make it confusing. It's there's some stuff in there that's vital, and you don't go to Encompass until all that's complete. And if you go to Encompass straight and then Velocify is empty, all you're doing is just creating a big mess for yourself. Right? You're gonna wind up with 40, 50 applications that are partial apps, and you're gonna have to go back and try to remember, and, you know, and it's gonna be a long job. I mean, mine already is to clean up mine, because I've been, like, since March, but I don't put that much over into Encompass. Probably 15-20% of the people I talk to even get over there.
Well, the reason why I do it
There is no reason